literature and its performers in the audience or the consumers, the terms which also have some problems and they might need a presentation of their own. But in this presentation, I borrow the term orature from Ngugi wa Thiong'o and Pio Zirimu to understand the nature and background of African literature. I like a different word to use for now because that's the only word that has been existing in most of the general sources talking about these topics. And when I heard that this particular conference is going to be involving multidisciplinary topics, I was so happy because I thought that at least this is another chance to talk about this topic in particular. And my argument is that today orature remains a vital and dynamic form of expression in Africa, despite the fact that it has been marginalized by the dominance of written literature, predominantly influenced by colonial languages and Western literary traditions. So I'll give you a little bit of background. This is me in 2022 and 2023, sorry, and it was spring 2023, and I was working on my class project. My class name was Performing the Streets in Africa with Professor Solimar Otelo. And I'm locked inside the Lilly Library Archive at Indiana University, working on something completely different. When I came across the handwritten manuscripts of Petals of Blood by Ngugi wa Thiong'o that he wrote in 1977 while detained in the jail. And he donated those manuscripts in 2022 to Indiana University. So, so later that day, after, like I was working on something completely different, and then I come across these, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. Maybe there is something more important. So, for some reason, I decided to move and go to a different library, Wells Library, and started searching in the African Studies collection for more of Ngugi wa Thiong'o's works. And there was this well-known book titled Decolonizing the Mind. And in fact, that book changed my life and my understanding of the so-called African literature. Because in it, he mentioned orature. And this background I have given, I believe, has set the mood of my understanding of all this and my research in this paper or presentation, that I have used what an interesting term that I've heard in Professor Maina and Halkamo's presentation. They used metasynthesis. I did not have that, so I know now that I used metasynthesis. I went into the library